Shalom once again. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 of the 1/3 of the nation of Israel who will be delivered in these last days, all right, who are primarily here in America, which is known as Babylon the Great, in these last days, waiting for the second coming of Yahweh Shai, all right, to establish the kingdom of heaven. This second part of the last lesson that I did, which was be rooted, be grounded, is this lesson, which is be hooked on Yahweh Shai. All right. So they, it all surrounds around Yahweh Shai, all right, and how we must be fully committed, all right, fully persuaded, all right, to this truth, to the ministry, to doing the works, to rehearsing the righteous acts, to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, and the attempts of enduring into the end, all right, which in order to endure to the end will require for you to have your faith intact, your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua intact without receiving a micro C hit, which is the MOTB, pursuant of Revelation 13:16. All right, until you have endured all of the things of this world with your faith intact and and without a micro C hip, you have not endured to the end. All right, the end being when Yahweh Shai actually cracks the clouds. All right, with the innumerable amount of angels in the spaceships, which are the vehicles in which they travel in. All right, the transportation of salvation. All right, that's the bitter and very end, which is the beginning of the kingdom of heaven and life, the way that it was intended to be lived for the Israelites begins. So this is 1 John chapter 3, where I left off at the last lesson. 1 John chapter 3. Oh no, that wasn't it. Salaki. Salakia for that. Revelations chapter 3, verse 18. It says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. All right, so now, to be hooked, right? Is to be to be hooked is to buy in, to be persuaded, all right, by the thought of Yahweh Shai, the kingdom of heaven, all right, to fully buy in and be invested into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, okay, which Yahweh Shai, all right, strongly suggested, and he said, I counsel thee to buy of me, right? And so when you go fishing, unless you're fishing with a net, right? One of the things that is required when you fishing, with a line and a hook is a lure or bait, And so Yahweh Shai said, look, buy of me, make me use me as the bait, put me on the hook, right? I counsel thee to buy of me, right? And so, if you're selling something, right? If you're trying to get somebody to buy something, all right, you may pitch a sell, you might give them a sales pitch or whatever, right? And you're looking to get them to bite on, your sales pitch. You're looking to persuade them into buying whatever it is that you're selling, or invest their money, their time, their energy into whatever it is that you're trying to get them to buy into. I counsel thee to buy of me, Yahushai, gold tried in the fire, right? And so most lures, all right, which is artificial, bait, a lot of them are good and effective because they reflect certain lights in the water. They move a certain way, all right, which makes it more attractive for a game fish, to bite and be hooked to. This is Yahweh Shai. I counsel thee to buy of me gold trod in the fire. Now the kingdom of heaven is full of gold, full of riches, all right, full of success, right? Yahweh Shai being the chief cornerstone of the kingdom of heaven until you're fully persuaded, until you fully bought into Yahweh Shai, all right? And you've been built up in the thought of Yahweh Shai, the spirit, power, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shai. You will not receive the kingdom of heaven, that thou mayest be rich. So in order to so right, all right, if you are a fisher, if you are good at fishing, it can bring you money. It can bring you financial success, right? It can make you rich, right? And so in this truth, Yahweh Shai turns you into a fisher, a spiritual fisher. And we're and the fish, is the rest of the elect, which we're supposed to look for and fish out of the sea being the world, but before you can do so, you first have to be hooked. You first, as a fish, being brought out of the world, has to bite. You can't be nibbling around a bait. You're not really sure if you believe this, if this what you're gonna commit your life to or whatever. You have to fully bite, grab hold onto that hook and be reeled in. All right. That thou mayest be rich in white raiment, right? White raiment, white garments is what is the apparel necessary to be worn spiritually in order to be and to receive salvation, in order to be accepted into as a bride in the wedding. All right. And white raiment, which represents being pure, right? That thou mayest be clothed, representing being protected, having a sense of privacy, security, all right? Because being naked is having all of your sins exposed to the world, all right? Having no protection from the sins that you have committed. If you're naked when Yahweh Shai makes his second return, you're going to be judged, all right? Only those clothed in white apparel, all right, which represents being covered by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, being covered by the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and faith, and their works, proving their faith is the ones that will be delivered, right? And that the shame of thy nakedness, right, do not appear, right? So everyone is being exposed, right? America is being exposed, and it's the spirit, and that's how you know the Lord is the ultimate Jake. This thought came to me not too long ago, because everyone except for the elect is about to be robbed, right? The scriptures say, the end shall come as a thief in the night, right? A thief come to rob you, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is coming to rob everyone on the earth of all of their hopes, their dreams, and plans of being successful, all right? Plans of being of prospering, all right? And just like robbers do, right? Which our people are known for, committing robberies, and right, but sometimes when you get robbed, if you get or the extreme measures of being robbed or robbing someone is making them not only taking their wallet and their money, their car keys, is making them strip naked. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing through this truth spiritually, all right, by exposing the wicked deeds, the sins of the world, all right, the lies and confusion of the world, all right. Speaking about Babylon the Great, say strip you and make you bare, So and the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. So only through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, only through Yahweh Shai, right? Buying into the thought of Yahweh Shai, living, being crucified for the sins of our nation as the ultimate sacrifice, being resurrected on the third day, and being brought up into the heavens, while which is what we're waiting for his second return to establish the kingdom of heaven. All right, that's the only way you're not going to be ashamed when he makes his second return. It says, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. So Yahweh Shai is the ointment to heal our blindness, allowing us to see the kingdom of heaven, allowing us to see the light, allowing us to see the truth. All right. So, like I said, Lord willing, this be edifying, right? This is Isaiah. Matter of fact, this is Matthew chapter 4, verse 19. And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Right? So Yahweh Shai, he turned his followers, his disciples, into fishers of men. All right. And us, before we were brought into this truth, we too were fishes. Or if you just now learning this truth, you are likened unto a fish, and you have to bite and be hooked onto this truth, onto Yahweh Shai. Isaiah 55. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay. All right. What I want, Salaki. All right, Revelation 10 and 9. Right. The scriptures say, I come in the volume of the book. All right. This is Revelation 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. The sweet part of this truth is that only the Israelites can be saved. We have access to the kingdom of heaven, all right, which is everlasting rulership, all right? Immortal bodies being given to us, you know, the laws written within our minds to where as though we won't be able to sin, you know, freeing us from sickness and death, all right? Um, Allowing us to live in live a life full of all peace and happiness, all right, in perfect order and structure and rulership over all heathen nations, right? The bitter part is that we have to suffer in order to obtain it. We have to be willing to sacrifice our time, our energy, our lives, our relationships with loved ones, with those who we care about, you know, in order to receive the kingdom of heaven, right? But the point is, you know, you have to gain the full understanding of the entire Bible as much as possible. That's the volume of the book, the book in its entirety, which Yahweh Shah is the embodiment of the book. All right. Eat the scroll, right? Eat the book, right? Fully understand the role and character of Yahweh Shai so that he can live within you, you know, and so that you can gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of all of the words in the scriptures. Revelation 2:17. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh, right? Whoever overcomes all the temptations, wickedness, and pleasures of this world, right? False pleasures of this world. Whoever overcomes the ways of this world by not conforming to the image of the beast, the new world order, and the mark of this beast-like system, which is the micro C-hip, right? Well, I give to eat of the hidden manna, right? That manna was the heavenly bread, so to speak, that rained from the heavens while the nation of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years, right? After being delivered from the captivity of ancient Egypt, right? I will give to eat of the hidden manna, right? So if this is something that already took place, then what is this talking about? You know, because this is talking about the future. And I will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it. All right. So right, he that have an ear, right, for the words, for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, right, which represents the elect, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, right? The hopeful elect are constantly looking out for the specific instructions and orders given to us through the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and through our personal spirits and minds, right, on how to conduct ourselves, what's next, you know, how to keep our faith growing, right? To him that overcometh, this is the only way to overcome, by staying in order, by staying in tune, by staying rooted, grounded, by staying hooked, right? To him that overcome, by following the orders, to him that overcometh will I give to eat, right? To reap the benefits, right? Or to totally understand, right, of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, so that the stony heart, right, represents our hard-headed, rebellious minds. All right. But that white stone is a clean slate, you know, a pure a pure mind or spirit, right? Which is um um we're going to be given what, that fleshly heart, all right, that incorruptible mind in which the laws will be written within um our minds, our spirits, right? Also, we're likened into lively stones, you know. It represents our new selves, you know, our perfect selves, our pure perfect selves, right? That we will receive when Yahushua makes his second return if we are delivered. It says, and in the stone, right? And in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth saving he that receiveth it. Right? So that's self-explanatory. Revelations 2:7. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, right? Again, to him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is everlasting, everlasting life, immortality, all right? All of the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that comes with everlasting life, all right? Which is in the midst of the paradise of Yahweh. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, this is First Corinthians 11:24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, "Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me." Right. So when we keep the Passover, which is the high holy day, high holy day, reminding us of how the Lord saved us or provided us deliverance from the bondage of the ancient Egyptians. All right. Part of that custom, part of our culture is to eat of the unleavened bread, right, which represents Yahweh Shai. All right. Take, eat. This is my body. All right. The blood, the wine representing the blood of Yahweh Shai. All right. The bread representing the unleavened bread, representing the word, which Yahweh Shai is the embodiment of the word, right? Eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. So every time we keep the Passover, we're constantly reminding ourselves of how important Yahweh Shai is. All right, knowing that Yahweh Shai, was that death angel, you know, was that death angel that went about and took the spirits out of all the firstborn of each house of ancient Egypt that didn't have the blood of the unblemished and perfect lamb on the doorpost, which only those who obeyed the orders of Moses as of the nation of Israel did. You know, the blood representing that unblemished lamb representing Yahweh Shai, all right, and the role that he would play in us being made perfect, us being delivered from all captivity and all bondages and death and the curses. All right. Salakia. All right, so the point is what, right? That we are to buy, to eat, right? To be fully persuaded, all right? In the thought of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? Which is you have to bite onto the bait in order to be hooked, right? This is Matthew 17 and 24. It says, and when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, do not your master pay tribute? He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Right? So who's the rightful kings of the earth? The nation of Israel. All right? Beginning with the elect, Yahushua being the first member of the elect, right? But at the time, the kings of the earth were those who are in power, all right? The Roman government, which the nation of Israel was under the Roman government at the time, right? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? Right? Peter said unto him, of strangers. Yahushua said unto him, then are the children free. Right? Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take and give it unto them for me and thee. All right, representing how through the fishing of the elect, all right, and the sealing of the elect, which will have the money, all right, in coming out of their mouth, all right, which represents Yahweh Shah and the word, all right, will bring the kingdom of heaven, all right, which will bring the second coming of Yahweh Shai, which will free us from being under all captivities, all bondages, which will free us from being subject unto payments, all right, which will buy our freedom, okay. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea, right, and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up, representing the elect, right? Yahweh Shah being the first fruits, the first of many brethren, the king of all kings, right? The first of the elect. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take and give unto them for me and thee. So that money that was found in that fish's mouth was enough to cover the tribute that needed to be paid, which through Yahweh Shah we were already freed from that, but that's why the scriptures say, Yahweh Shah said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, or use the world but not abuse the world. All right, you do the part of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth is applying balance. All right, and what is it? To be peaceable with all men. All right, to be peaceable with all men. Basically, you learn how to live in this wicked world, as sanely as possible, not not allowing you learn how to not allow your emotions to get the best of you, because when you first learn this truth, you want to rebel, you want to take matters into your own hands. You know, you get angry, you know, and you want to rebel. You don't really care about fitting in with the world. You know, you become separate, all right? And you have to learn the balance in order to be able to keep a smile on your face, in order to, appear normal or so-called regular, to be able to endure, all of the things of this world until Yahweh Shah makes his second return, in order to hold on to your patience. The scriptures say, woe unto them that have lost patience. Without balance, without understanding, you will lose patience, you will lose your cool, you will lose faith, So from there, right? Right, it says I put, why was Peter asked to pay tribute? Peter was asked to pay tribute at Capernaum because the tax collectors came to him to inquire if Yahushua, his teacher, would pay the mandatory temple tax, which was expected of every Jewish man. And since Capernaum was where Yahushua often resided, they approached Peter there to ask about Yahushua's payment of the tax. This is not a Roman tax, but a Jewish temple tax, a half shekel that was supposed to be paid by every adult Jewish male to support the upkeep of the Jerusalem temple. Which Yahushua, all right, he came. There was no need for the temple really anymore once Yahushua came, especially after he was crucified. All right, so so it says, right, Yahushua, while technically exempt as the son of Yahweh, chose to pay the tax to avoid causing any unnecessary offense or disruptions to his ministry. All right, so that's the point. This is John chapter 6, verse 31. Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of Yahweh is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. All right. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. All right. So this is the bait that we want to buy into, that we want to bite onto. All right. That we want to allow ourselves to be hooked by. All right. Yahushua. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 15. It says, I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, right? Or I'm not pronouncing it, Salakia, right? It says, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints, right? And let's get the word addicted, right? Because when you hook to something, you're addicted. You can't get enough of it. You're fully persuaded. You're all in. You're fully invested. The word is tasso, and when you think about something being hooked, right? In order to It's called a tassel, if I'm not mistaken, which is what cowboys use, or I don't know if shepherds use it, but basically, it's some, it's a rope that you make basically like a noose with, and you catch cattle with it, just I just found that interesting. Tassel, right? Which the word that I'm using is tassel, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, it says to put in order, right? To place in certain order, to arrange, to assign a place, to appoint, to assign, to appoint, ordain, order, to appoint on one's own responsibility or authority, right? So they set themselves in order, right? Salakia. I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints, all right, being fully persuaded, and in order, making sure that they're in order. It says that ye submit yourselves unto such, and to everyone that helpeth with us and laboreth. So they were examples used, that of being addicted to the ministry, being fully persuaded and hooked, all right, and fully bought into, the thought of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and spreading the gospel. They were examples used, and commanded to submit yourselves unto those type of examples. And this is why we gave double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstone, that ye submit yourselves unto such, and to everyone that helpeth with us and laboreth. I am glad of the coming of Stephanus and Fortunatus, Fortunatus, and Achaicus, for that which was lacking on your part they have supplied. So they put in so much work that they took up the slack of people who followers and believers who were bullshitting, or wasn't dedicated to putting in a certain amount of works, which, again, the apostles and bishops, elders of great millstone, they are those examples. For they have refreshed my spirit and yours. They put in so much work. They're so edifying. They're so exhorting, that not only, that they help uphold the church, the body of the church. Therefore, acknowledge ye them that are such. Right. So that was that on that. Right. The house of Stephanus. Right. It says the first people of the Bible to convert to Christianity in Achaia, I don't know how to pronounce that, which was in Corinth, right? It says some commentators believe that the household of Stephanus played a key role in establishing the church in Corinth, right? They were so addicted and persuaded and fully invested, right? That they played a key role in establishing the church in Corinth. The household would have included both men and women, blah, 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 blah. That was it on that. Lord willing, us be edifying once again, right? This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 130. It says, the entrance of thy words giveth light. What's the entrance of the words, right? What's the door of this truth? Yahweh Shai, all right? The spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right, which is the light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Let's get this word panted, right? Opening your mouth is the first thing that you must do in order to buy into, be fully persuaded, in order to be hooked, right? In order to eat and understand this truth, right? My mouth panted, right? The word there is sa'ap, if I'm pronouncing that right. It says to gasp, pant after, long for, breathe heavily, to gasp, pant after, snuff up, to gasp or pant, right? Snuff up, right? It's like to sniff, right? And that's what people do with drugs, right? When they're addicted to something, they just want to keep going back and going back, right? To gasp or pant with desire, pant after, be eager for, to thirst for one's blood, right? What's that blood that we're supposed to thirst for? To be covered by the blood of the sacrificial of the ultimate sacrifice of Yahushua, right? From actions of animals, right? That's basically it, right? So this is literally, right, what happens when you first learn this truth and you see it and you believe it. You know, you spiritually like, you know, and you, from that point on, you know, you should become addicted and longing for, the kingdom of heaven to be established, the second coming of Yahweh to make the second return. For I longed for thy commandments. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy commandments. All right. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. So we want to hold on to the precepts, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the understanding of the volume of the book. All right. Until Yahweh shall make his second return, without receiving one of those micro C hips. All right. That's what it means to endure to the end. All right. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Right. When people see us, they're supposed to see Yahweh Shah within us. They're supposed to see the light, shining out of us. It's not something that they can see physically. It's something that they can see spiritually. All right. So that's it on that, right? This is John chapter 21, verse John 21:3, closing out. Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. All right. And it says, but when the morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore, but the disciples knew not that it was Yahushua. Then Yahushua said unto them, children, have ye any meat? They answered him, no. Right? So mind you, they weren't being spiritually minded, because Yahushua had taught them, that they need to be spiritually minded in everything that they do, first and foremost. So when the question was asked that they had to meet, they gave the wrong answer, because spiritually, being they done ate of the unseasoned lamb during the Passover with Yahweh Shai. They done ate of the unleavened bread with Yahweh. They done drunk of the wine, right? Which all those things represents Yahweh Shai, All right. So spiritually, even though Yahushua had been crucified, spiritually they, Yahushua would forever dwell within them, and they would forever have the bread, the meat, and the wine. All right. They answered him, no. Verse 6. And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. All right. So without Yahushua, you can't catch any fish. But with Yahushua, you can catch more fish than you can handle. All right. And that represents, us in these last days, casting the word, all right, pushing the ministry, preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth, primarily through the internet. All right, the worldwide web, which one of the main platforms used is YouTube, which is social networking. All right, see the fishing net. All right, the worldwide web, which is the internet. All right, and social networking. All right, and this is where the bulk of the elect, all right, are coming in at. Okay, but so that's it. We want to be rooted, we want to be grounded, we want to be hooked, fully persuaded. We want to fully buy in, all right, and be addicted to doing the works, rehearsing the righteous acts, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, being in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, and last thing I wanted to say was, when you're addicted to something, all right, when you go without it, you start to go through withdrawals. All right, and when you go too long without whatever it is that you're addicted to, once you're over it, you kick it. You've kicked that habit. All right, so you want to stay addicted, because when you think of addictions, you think of liquor and drugs, but which are bad things to be addicted to, or money. You don't want to be addicted to anything, because being addicted to anything is a form of worshiping. That we are not meant to worship anything except for Yahweh Bashim Shai. So to be addicted to anything in this world, I don't care if it's food, right? The love of money is the root of all evil, right? Money is nothing wrong with money, right? But the love and addiction of money is a lot of wickedness, and a lot of sins come from that. The only thing we are to be addicted to is the works, the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, doing what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son. All right, and when you spend too much time not doing the works, praying, fasting, contributing towards this truth, then you start to those side effects start to kick in. The demons start plaguing your mind. You're liable to give in to temptation and be withdrawn further from that relationship between Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. All right. And eventually, you'll be kicked. You'll be kicked out. So Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory forever and ever to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom.